Right, welcome back. Last time we went ahead and made two bureaucratic reforms, which caused my corruption to go way up in the air, and loyalty to do the opposite. So I went ahead and went to regulated leases for tax farming, which reduces the amount of money lost to the tax farmers, and reduces provincial corruption, as well as move towards appointed magistrates for sovereign courts, which improves stability, autonomy, base welfare, and provincial corruption. Of course, all this means that the estates also kind of dislike that. The burghers are going to take time to win the support back, because in most cases they don't actually like doing any of this stuff. I can do that. The clergy were also easy because I could just donate a bunch of tax money to them, especially since, well, I'm losing most of it to corruption anyway, so the large proportion of tax income I'm donating is actually rather small in absolute value. Gentry are going to be more difficult, because they can only ignore tenant abuse or promote their own faction. I'm gonna have to decide which soon, because this expires in a little over a year from now, so... Of course, there's still enough influence for me to do certain reforms once this updates, because the bureaucrats are reliably above 25 at the moment. Spy network was finally discovered. Great. But yeah, this will take time. I also went ahead and got the latest idea group, Civic Religion Ideas. However, I just don't have enough admin points because bureaucratic reforms are extremely expensive in points, unlike the other reforms they can do with weakening the nobility's privileges, which are much less expensive, simply put. I could give them service obligations. I don't think they even have enough influence for that. Oh well. More money, not money. More powers going into property values. That's fascinating. Probably because I'm earning more money from property. Oh well. Is there a reform that I would like to do? I'm not sure. Has anything expired? I'm also uncertain on that part. Oh, I accidentally did the 60% subsidy. Whoops. Just prostitution. Oh, the tenant abuse. Okay. That should... Overlook tenant abuse. That's only 5 loyalty, but it's cheap. So I might as well take it. Can I handle 15 loyalty? And another 20 provincial corruption and stability? Yeah. Plus all the points it costs. This might take a while. Although stability does seem to be doing well enough so that it shouldn't be a problem. Plus it also means that state reach should now be persistent, as in I won't slowly lose it as time goes on. Plus it's also necessary for various reforms. I believe the rural governance reform that's next requires it anyway. Yes, provincial administration formal structure. I also need sovereign courts of justice, and I also need to get bureaucratic influence to 30, gentry power to below 35, and rural autonomy to below level 3. They're gonna hate this, but, well, it's gonna be wonderful. Problem is, they're just too powerful at the moment. They're getting entrenched. It's not just the fact that they're getting entrenched in the province, it's also various other factors. the very least, their power is reducing, which is good. The best way to reduce their power is to, well, basically expand government land ownership and shift towards urbanization, but I need to save money in order to actually urbanize in the first place. So, well, that's going to have to wait. Right, stop here. Okay. So, I went ahead and did yet another reform, so... Yeah, we've got a formal structure for provincial administration, and now... Well, state reach is no longer decaying. Well, it will no longer decay, it's just that now I can start gaining it with the bureaucratic expansion. I think I need to restart the grain bill. Yep, okay. There, got the stab back. In fact, it's speeding up the spread of commercialization, though perhaps not as fast as I would like for it to be. State corruption is just too high for that. It might speed up to the point where I get it before 1450, but I'm not certain on that. I would certainly hope so, but it doesn't look like it. Oh well. Some diplomatic shenanigans has ensued to the point where Hamburg is now the leader of the Trade League. Yay! Well then. I've started also promoting the aristocrats again in order to, well, get on their good side again. I'm gonna need to do that for a while if I want to get their loyalty up and to the point where I can start passing reforms. However, yeah, things are getting better. I just need more bureaucratic influence in state reach in order to pass other bureaucratic reforms, for the most part. Sovereign law is going to be... Enforcing sovereign law is going to be a big one. It's going to be great to get. Problem is, that minus 30 elite loyalty? Oh yeah! But it's needed if I want to get this freeholding, and it will be amazing to pick up. And of course, I still also need to get this at some point, but that's going to need to dramatically. I'm going to need a dramatically lower aristocratic influence, and I don't think at any point I was able to get it low enough for the time that I had the bureaucrats boosted. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to obtain. But freeing up the peasantry will help. Although the minus 4 to base welfare is going to be bad. It's going to be real bad. But it's going to be going to have very good effects. Specifically, at the end, I'm going to get not quite as much base welfare as before, but yearly peasant freedom increase. So, ignoring oppression is going to have very little effect. And even better, a boost to rural productivity. Though base welfare again will not be quite as high as it is under serfdom for whatever reason. I guess maybe it's to show that under serfdom they don't exactly have the power to be able to organize and let their displeasure actually be known. Yeah, money's power and all that. But yeah, it's gonna take time for the burghers to like me again, but I don't care that much. They have very little influence because they don't actually have any very many boosters. Their power is extremely low. Lowest faction power that actually exists because they don't have any tribals. Yeah. The clergy have 40%, but they don't have any influence boosters. The burghers actually do have a booster in the form of ideas, though I'm going to be getting another. Yeah, Completing the civic religion idea group will also give them a booster. Just like how completing the plutocracy idea group. Okay, the second idea of the plutocracy idea group did. The nobles have multiple boosters. Privileges. Plus the fact that I just gave them influential aristocrats, so... The bureaucrats don't have any natural boosters outside of... Well, the advisors. Bureaucrat, well, burgher, bureaucrat, noble. But, well, major reforms are also going to cost Republican tradition. That's another reason why I'm grabbing this. That +1, yearly Republican tradition, extremely important, because I'm going to need it. But yeah. Join the Trade League. There we go. Yeah, so, the Hanseatic League has reformed, but apparently Lübeck's incompetence when it comes to prestige means that Hamburg's now the one handling it. Though they have -20. At least isn't Bremen. Lübeck couldn't even do it anyway. I guess free cities can do trade leagues. So Confederation and regional militias. Confederation or regional militias. Confederation, regional militias. I guess theoretically I could start that up. Republic. Republic. Oops. So yeah, theoretically I could start a trade league once I get powerful enough. I guess. Oh, okay, so I need to swap to plutocratic. Democratic. Enact elected Tier 4 assemblies. Yep. Elected assemblies. Enact Republican Tier 2. Yep. Fully Republican. And government mechanics. Sortition for Greece, Achaea in Athens. Yeah, most of the stuff isn't actually useful. There are special arrangements, such as nominal realm and free city. None. The regional military, the devolution. Well, no. Internal structure, which decides how strong your vassals are, well, how much you get from your vassals versus how easy it is to annex them. Regional military, which grants the army professional, which adjusts the army professionalism. That centralized army has better army professionalism and whatnot. And then for specifically republics, there's term of office. And mandate. Plutocratic. Yeah. I'm probably going to maintain democratic, only because, you know, peasants' republic. Tech-wise, I'm going to grab Miltech, in 1420, of course. Drunker. Oh yeah, right, this guy's a drunker. Thankfully the election is later this year, if he doesn't die first. I enjoy using you for your power, but after that, please leave. Tax are getting expensive, though. They almost cost 600 now, thanks to the penalty that the commercialization is giving. Let's see, reduced by 80 because of ahead of time penalty. Is that plus 20%? So the cost is actually, well, yeah, 568. mil, and for admin, it's almost 600. It's 598. I'm not sure if I can actually keep up with the admin points required, especially since I've burned quite a few on reforms. I just can't wait until I can get commercialization. Then it will be easy tech for a while until, yeah, casual literacy. But by that point, I hope I have the developed enough to where I can get a higher learning industry. I need at least have a rank in amenities, if not two, to get the requisite knowledge production. And then I can invent it myself. And there's also the potential of expanding my own territory in order to improve my possibilities. I mean, there is a slight chance that Bremen Werden actually gets separatist rebels here and they actually succeed. Bremen Werden has only 1k troops. It's entirely possible that I could swoop in before the separatists, before Schleswig-Holstein establishes anything more than a minor oh wait, the separatists would become their army. Okay, I'm not certain. I could swoop in, but I'm gonna need more troops than this. Almost certainly. If it's enough troops to defeat Bremen Werden, it's going to be enough troops to defeat me, unless I build up an army. Even then, by the time I'm set that up, it's the opportunity would either have, passed because the revolt already happened, or the revolt never is going to happen in the first place. Because separatism. Well, they did adjust separatism by making it decrease by 0.33 yearly. Used to be half a point of unrest. So separatism is less noticeable unless they increase the amount of years that separatism occurs. Oh well. I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.